Hey folks, welcome back. In this video we're going to go over two worked examples to show you how to do problems involving threshold frequency and work function. Now if you haven't already done so, check out my previous video covering the theory on this topic, and that way you can apply what you learned in that video to this one. So let's get started. Question 1 says the threshold frequency of photons incident on a zinc surface is 1.02 times 10 to the power of 15 joules. Part A says what is meant by the threshold frequency of a photon. Well, remember this is the minimum frequency of a photon required to cause the emission of photoelectrons from a metal surface. And part B says to calculate the work function of zinc. Well, let's write down what we know from the question. We're trying to find the work function, which is in energy. We know that Planck's constant H is 6.63 times 10 to the minus 34 joule seconds, and the threshold frequency F0, we're told in the question, is 1.02 times 10 to the 15 hertz. So writing down our equation for work function, we have work function is equal to HF0. Remember, this is just the same form as E equals HF, but our energy here is the work function and our frequency is the threshold frequency. We can then substitute in the numbers to get 6.63 times 10 to the minus 34 times 1.02 times 10 to the 15, and if you put that into your calculator, you should get an answer of 6.76 times 10 to the minus 19 joules. Question 2 says photons of frequency 7 times 10 to the 14 hertz are instant on a sodium plate. The work function of sodium is 3.6 times 10 to the minus 19 joules. Part A says what is meant by the work function of a material. Well, remember this is the minimum energy of a photon required to cause the emission of photoelectrons from a metal surface. Part B says to calculate the minimum frequency of light required to free a photoelectron from the plate. Well, writing down what we know from the question here, we're trying to find F0. We know that H Planck's constant is 6.63 times 10 to the minus 34 joule seconds from the datasheet, and the work function is 3.6 times 10 to the minus 19 joules, which we were told in the question. So writing down our equation for work function, we have work function equals HF0, substituting in the numbers gives 3.6 times 10 to the minus 19 equals 6.63 times 10 to the minus 34 times F0, and to get F0 on its own we just need to divide both sides by Planck's constant, and if you do that in your calculator you should get an answer of F0 equals 5.4 times 10 to the 14 hertz. Lastly, part C says what name is given to the quantity calculated in part B. Well, remember F0, this minimum frequency of light required to free a photoelectron from the plate, that is called the threshold frequency. That's all for this video folks, thanks for watching. If you made it to the end, I really appreciate it. Make sure to give the video a like, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.